Hey guys, how's it going? I just thought I'd do a really quick review because I really don't have much time. Last night it was the 12th of November and I went to go and see A Day to Remember at the Portsmouth Guildhall. I thought I'd do a really quick review of that. I didn't have any time to do it last night as I was also ill. And I can't really do a proper review due to incidents that I will discuss later. Okay, the first supporting act, I cannot remember their names. It began with a D, it was like Descendants or something, I really don't know. And to be honest, I don't think they were overly good. I really hate doing bad reviews, I feel so mean. But I feel like a horrible person. There was nothing wrong with their music. The sound levels of the venue were really poor for the whole night. Even when A Day to Remember were performing, I was just really disappointed due to the sound levels. I felt like the band was still quite good, but the atmosphere let them down. I don't think they tried hard enough to try and get enough energy. They just seemed like they were there to do a job. They didn't seem to be enjoying it at all. And I think because they were just there performing songs and not like, they weren't really dancing around or anything like that, because they were just there performing songs, I think the audience didn't really get any energy from it or any vibes at all. I don't want to give them another listen when I can remember their name, but I'm not sure about seeing them live again anytime soon, purely because I just feel like they need to really get the energy up. Because if you go out there on stage and even if you do every single song badly and you really crap, if you go out there, act confident and show loads of energy, no one's going to give a fuck. Everyone will really enjoy your set, and I think that they just lack the energy, and yeah, I think that really let them down, as did the sound quality. Second act, sorry, I'm really rushing through these. The second act was Lower Than Atlantic? No, it's Twin Atlantic, Lower Than the Atlantic. I think you know who I mean, the ones who were always on Kerrang. Okay, I don't really know any of their songs. I've seen them on Kerrang. I know some people who like them. For some reason I've never listened to them, and to be honest, I didn't really get a good feel for them last night, again due to the stupid sound. That was the fault of the venue, not the fault of the band. I wasn't just calling their music stupid. I don't know how to word it. I felt that their set list was quite fitting, I guess. All their songs sounded really good and they actually complemented A Day to Remember, whereas I felt the first supporting act also didn't really complement the sound that A Day to Remember have. But yeah, Lower Than the Lower Than the Atlas or whatever they're called. I felt like their sound really kind of complemented it. I thought they were really good on stage. They were in sync every time they started headbanging, which I was really impressed by. They could add a good sound to them from what I could tell, and actually had a bit of energy. Again, they still seemed a bit restricted on the energy. I'm not sure if it's just because they're at A Day to Remember gig and they're not A Day to Remember, so there really was no pleasing the fans. But I still felt they did a really good job. And as someone from Portsmouth and as someone who's been to some gigs at Portsmouth Guildhall, I have always found that the audience are quite crap. They never usually seem to like the supporting acts, not because the supporting acts are good or bad, but just because they're not the band that they're there to see. And I just think that even if you're not enjoying something, like I wasn't overly enjoying the first supporting act, but I still danced. I got some weird looks from the audience, but you just need to support people, like that's their dream. If I can support them, don't be an arsehole. Okay, finally, A Day to Remember came on stage. I will warn you now, I am still quite ill. I've got a cold, and I also got ill during the set and got really lightheaded and started having really bad cramps, which is really weird to say to the internet. So yeah, I didn't get to listen to as many songs as other people did. They had quite a good set from what I could tell. The songs that I heard were a mix of their new album and some of their older albums, which I really liked. I hate when a band comes on and just sings their entire new album at you. Again, they still seem to be lacking energy. I'm not sure if it's because it was one of the first few dates on tours, but they did just seem to be quite restrained. They had a confetti cannon and all the confetti landed on my boobs, and that made me really happy. So they gave me a confidence boost. Yeah, it was nice. borderline good, but it was nothing amazing in my opinion. Again, I think that's just the atmosphere in the crowd. At that point, after I think I was like halfway through their set or something, I had to leave. I felt really sick. I kept getting really bad cramps, so I went outside, hunched over in pain, and made one of the security guys panic because he didn't know what was wrong with me. And then I was being seen by a medic. I don't really want to go into detail about the next event, but I'm going to mention it because obviously it did kind of affect the review. I'm not blaming this on the person. There was then, whilst I was being seen by the paramedic, she suddenly rushed out and something was said into her earpiece. The next thing I know, every member of the crowd were forced into the bar. And then they had to cut the show short and do an emergency evacuation. Prior to everyone coming in, I did hear the sound just suddenly stop, and that is when the woman rushed out, and it turns out that someone either fell, got pushed, or jumped off of the balcony into the middle of the circle pit. I don't really want to think about this. I'm really glad that I wasn't in the room because I couldn't cope with seeing that, and I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. But I really hope that person's okay from the Portsmouth gig. We don't really know much about it. All we know is that there were 5 ambulances outside, and apparently they suffered from some fatal injuries. That's all, as much as I know. I only know that because of my friend who apparently heard it. So I feel very sorry for anyone near that who had to see that or had to hear it or anything like that. I feel sorry for the person who fell, and I hope that they're okay, and my thoughts go out to them. And yeah, I can't really review this. The sound quality was crap. Obviously that incident cut the set short. So yeah, it was a bit of a disaster night. And it did cost £22, which seems a bit like a waste of money. Even incident aside, if that was just a continuing show, nothing bad happened, I wasn't ill, I still felt that was quite not a poor show, because the Day to Remember were good. They were alright. First supporting act tried, but to be fair, that could have been their first time on stage. I just think the sound quality really let them down, and I don't think it was a good night. I don't think it was worth £22. But I do feel like I should give each of the bands another try, hopefully at a different venue who can sort out the sound systems and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of the end of my review. It really isn't much. There wasn't much audience interaction. That was really minimalistic. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. Yeah, it was alright. And I'm hoping that as the tour continues, things improve, things get better. And I hope that no one else gets... No, I don't want to say disappointed, because then that sounds like I'm saying I'm disappointed at the person for getting injured. It was just... I was disappointed at the quality, so I'm hoping that maybe the sound quality at other places, other venues are more improved, so that the bands actually can be as good as they are on CD. Yeah, I'll definitely give them all another try. Don't let my review not skew your opinion, change your opinion on them. I still like A Day to Remember. I'm still going to listen to Lower Than the Atlantis, if I can remember the name, and I'll still give the first support acts whose name I just cannot remember at all a go. But yeah, I really don't think this was a good gig for anyone, so not really what you want to be spending your money on. But yeah, I better go now as I'm about to sneeze, and I don't want to do that on camera, and my voice is going. Yeah, okay, I'll speak to you later. Bye.